Hi there, it's Ashton. Welcome to 7 life-changing tips to heal from your past. In this short video, we're going to be covering some of the most powerful techniques on the planet to date for resolving and healing past trauma and overcoming any limitations that this may be causing you. The reality of our modern times is that we have all experienced trauma in our past, to some degree or another. Because of the way the world works these days, being a human on the planet Earth here, pain and suffering are unfortunately inevitable to a certain extent. Now, the good news of the reality of our modern times is that now more than ever we have more knowledge and more information on how to heal this past trauma and to prevent it from causing us any future pain or suffering, or to stop us from living the life of our dreams. Unresolved trauma can limit you in a variety of ways. Oftentimes, traumatic situations, especially that occurred in our childhood or early infancy, have a tendency to cause us to form negative beliefs about ourselves that can greatly limit us in our capacity to achieve. It can also cause self-esteem and confidence issues, energy blocks, which result in an unbalanced life force. And another bad thing about unresolved trauma is that we have a tendency to dwell upon these painful memories, and the only person who's perpetuating it now is ourself, and this can really cause further damage and really limit you in a multitude of ways if it doesn't get resolved. Resolving past trauma will help you find more harmony in your personal and professional relationships. It'll help you create and attract more money and more success in your life, help you feel more confident about yourself, and it'll make it a lot easier to become that person you really want to be. And it's also great for your physical health and vitality. So on to technique number 1. Learn the emotional freedom technique, also called EFT. Emotional freedom technique is very easy to learn. It only takes about 5 minutes. It's also very easy to do, also taking only about 5 minutes. It yields very quick and powerful results. And the one thing I love about this technique is that it does not require any mental discipline. It's a very physical activity. As a side effect, it's also very good for your physical health. So action steps for this technique. Step 1, look it up on YouTube. There's a variety of videos you can watch where people are glad to show you how this works. Step 2, once you've learned the technique, identify an emotionally charged memory. Step 3, get tapping. And step 4, you can also learn to use this in the moment to help limit any further trauma or negative emotional programming that can occur in your daily life. Step number 2, forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most important parts of the healing process. It's also one of the most powerful. Forgiveness does not need to be hard. One thing that a lot of people don't know about forgiveness is it's not just a mental, emotional procedure, but it's also a very powerful metaphysical process that incorporates the creative power of your mind to create reality. A few key points about forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you. It's not for the person that's wronged you. Now, holding this grudge against someone else is not hurting them at all. It's only hurting you. So by releasing it, you have everything to gain and nothing to lose. That's also a good reminder for people who've experienced more traumatic experiences in their past, is that forgiveness is not permission to anybody to do it again or to harm you again. In fact, forgiving somebody for doing something actually makes it a lot less likely for that trauma to recur in your life. Now, forgiveness is a powerful affirmation of spiritual truth. It affirms to you at a very deep level that you are eternally invincible, that people really can't harm you, that when all is said and done, you're still an incredibly powerful spiritual human being. So here's an exercise I'd like to share with you. It's called the forgiveness diet. First, you want to decide who you'd like to forgive. Now, for your first time, I wouldn't make this the most serious wrong that you're trying to forgive. Find somebody in the middle that hasn't wronged you too much, but has definitely given you reason for you to need to release a grudge. Get yourself a pen and a paper. Now, twice a day, you're going to write their name, "I forgive you, fully and completely," 20 times for at least 1 month. Now, as you're writing this on a daily basis, feel free to add any other applicable statements that come to mind. Maybe you might write something like, "So-and-so, I know that you did not intend to harm me. So I know that you were just being a human being facing your own set of challenges that everybody's faced with, and I was just being a human being facing my own set of challenges as well. Anything that comes to mind will be good for you to write down. Now, going right along with the theme of forgiveness, technique number 3 is the Ho'oponopono technique. Ho'oponopono is an ancient Huna practice. It's incredibly simple and easy to do. It's a very powerful means of forgiveness and acceptance of reality as it is. It's only 4 sentences that you say silently in your head. So go ahead and do this with me. I want you to bring to mind a person or even a situation or a past memory that you'd like to release and forgive. Now close your eyes. As you're holding this in mind, I want you to feel that energy of the situation that you're releasing. And once you feel this energy, I want you to say silently in your head, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Step number 4, change the memory. So why would you want to change your memory? Science has found that remembering a situation actually triggers the brain just as if it were really happening in the present moment. So by dwelling upon painful memories, we're repeatedly hurting ourselves unnecessarily. Now, science has also found that memories can be changed to whatever you'd like them to be, and the brain is going to respond as if this is what really happened. So you've really got nothing to lose in changing those traumatic memories into more favorable situations. These are going to program your subconscious mind in a positive way, help you release the pain that was associated with them, and it's also going to help you change your beliefs about yourself, your past, and your ability to succeed in life. So here's an easy and fun way to change a memory. Sit down in a comfortable place where you know you're going to be undisturbed, and close your eyes and just relax for a minute. Now, in your mind's eye, imagine that you're in a giant theater with a huge screen, and imagine that there's editing software connected to your brain. Now, bring to mind the memory you'd like to change, replay it from start to finish, and once the memory is finished, pause it and freeze the frame. Now, as you're staring at this frozen, blank, giant screen of the end of your memory, let that image lose all its color. Let it slowly turn gray, and let that screen get a little bit smaller. And now, this is one of the most important parts. After you've done this, in just a couple seconds, rewind that memory very quickly from the end all the way back to the beginning. Just imagine it, and it starts again. Now, this is very important. This actually scrambles the way your brain perceives that memory and takes a lot of that emotional charge out of it. Now, once you've rewound that memory, decide what changes you'd like to make and go ahead and replay that memory with those changes you'd like to make in it. Now, at the end of each replay of that memory, you can pause it again, rewind it, and make any more changes that you'd like. Now, once you've got that memory exactly how you'd like it to be, go ahead and replay that final memory at least 3 times. Step number 5, or technique number 5, I should say, is learn rebirthing breathwork, also known as energy breathing. Rebirthing breathwork is a powerful means of flushing out the energy system. It replaces old, stuck energy with new, fresh energy. It's incredibly effective at clearing energy blocks in your energy body. It releases deep-seated trauma that's been stored most of your life in your muscle memory, and it's one of the fastest possible methods for spiritual, mental, emotional evolution. Now, to learn rebirthing, you want to find a rebirther in your area. You can look them up online. Schedule 10 energy breathing sessions with them. And once you've completed your 10 sessions, you can use this on your own as you feel is necessary. Most people prefer to do it once a day for an hour. Now, very important, when you're contacting a rebirther, make sure that they are teaching one-on-one sessions. It has been found through a lot of research and experience that rebirthing breathwork is not the best thing to do in group sessions. There's a lot of energy exchange that goes on with these, and you want to make sure you're getting the support you need and that you're not involved in anyone else's energy clearing or negative energy that's being released. Technique number 6, meditation. Now, meditation is one of those things that I like to say is good for just about everything. But within the context of what we're talking about, meditation evolves your brain, giving power to that frontal cortex that's in charge of controlling your emotions, your impulses, and your decision making. It's great at releasing stress. It produces healthy neurochemicals like serotonin, melatonin, dopamine, etc. And it balances your body's pH level, which makes you a lot more healthy and energetic. Now, especially good for what we're talking about here is that meditation causes a purifying of one's consciousness, helping you resolve issues and limitation. Now, in order to get this purification of the mind, it's important that you're regularly visiting the deeper brainwave states. Doing this forms a bridge between your conscious and your subconscious mind, which ultimately allows previously subconscious material, beliefs, memories, limiting thoughts, emotional habits, and reactions to rise to the surface of your awareness. And once they've made it to your awareness, you're then able to look at them, work with them, and resolve the issue. But for this to happen, you must be able to meditate deeply and consistently. Now, in the past, this has been very hard to do, but now we're very fortunate to have technology that allows you to take the shortcut into this rapid success with meditation. It's called brainwave entrainment technology. And brainwave entrainment technology works by using what's called the frequency following response to lead your brain into deep meditative states. This is like the fast track to results in meditation. And it comes with a lot of other side benefits as well. One thing it does is it helps your brain release a lot of endorphins that help you feel good and help you feel emotionally happy. And it also produces whole brain functioning, because when you're listening to these audios, you're actually synchronizing your left and right hemispheres of the brain and causing more neural pathways to connect across that corpus callosum. This ultimately results in bridging your intuitive mind with your rational mind, and also it's been proven to increase your IQ quite significantly. For more information about brainwave entrainment, feel free to visit my website at www.brainwavelove.com. Now, technique number 7, and we saved the best for last, is acceptance. Acceptance is one of the most powerful life skills you can ever learn, not just for releasing past trauma, but for living your life in general. The basic formula for energy is that resistance equals persistence. Anything you resist in life, you're actually giving power to it with your mind and making it more likely to stay the way it is. Whereas acceptance actually dissolves the energy from anything that's causing you stress or pain, freeing your mind to release it and actually leaving it open to create more positive outcomes in life. So here's a very basic acceptance exercise. At any moment, identify what exactly it is you're resisting. And once you've identified it, simply ask yourself, how would it feel if I were to accept this fully and completely? Now, the trick to this is not to push yourself to accept anything. In fact, you don't even have to accept it fully and completely. Simply ask yourself the question. Asking yourself the question is going to bring that feeling to mind, and eventually this is going to teach your brain at an experiential level that it is actually easier and more pleasurable to accept things than to resist them. So that's everything for now. Now feel free to visit my blog again at www.brainwavelove.com. We've also shared an article on the same topic. If you're interested in more details, you'll want to make sure to check that out. Here's to your success, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.